What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Minnesota Spiritcast. Hope everyone's having a good day. As always, I'm here with my co-host Brandon and our awesome, amazing guest tonight. This is David Childers from Its Haunted Network. How are you, David?
Doing great, brother. Doing great. Oh,
Awesome. What
I saw that Mr. Chris Sanders, the founder, co-founder of the network, actually just chimed in. Hey, Mr. Chris.
is he here?
Yeah. He's on the Facebook.
Ah, okay. Well, here's Tyra Clark from Arkansas X Files. Hello, and hello, Chris, and everybody who is watching. And Matt Barron, the paranormal consultant. Thanks for tuning in. So, David, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm David Childers. That's about it. No, I'm joking. uh, no, I mean I've been in the field for a while now, and started out years ago and just followed my passion in the paranormal field of investigating locations, trying to find the Holy Grail, collecting evidence. That's really about it. I mean, here recently, it's been about 7 months now. Me and Chris Sanders ended up coming up with this idea about doing a vodcast. It's Haunted Vodcast, which It's Haunted Crew is his paranormal team that he created. Mm-hmm. And whenever I moved up here, I was like, hey, mind if I join your team? And it took a little bit. Chris was like, I don't know about I want to let this bald-headed guy in the team or not. Nah, he was like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, come on in, brother. And awesome. We created It's Haunted Network, and it's been great. We have like 6 or 7 shows on there. Also, Chris has his own thing going on. Chris Sanders Paranormal Explorer. It's on TikTok, YouTube, and I have my own little thing going on. David Childers Paranormal Addicts. It's on YouTube, TikTok as well. So yeah, that's really about it. I mean, it's just looking forward to the future of investigating some, just amazing locations.
Yeah, exactly. And recently you have been doing some amazing locations. You've been in Massachusetts. You've been like all kinds of different places. So, to kind of sum it all up, like you've been up to a lot. What is your goal within the next couple months as far as investigations?
Well, basically, we were actually thinking about throwing some events on. I was thinking about throwing some events on as well. Where the community to come out, the paranormal investigators tonight, which I've done for years, instead of going out there being weekend warriors, at least they'll be with seasoned investigators to investigate. Because, I mean, you never know what you're going to walk into with paranormal.
Exactly.
It can get definitely dangerous at times. So, that's mainly what we got going on, what I've got going on, what he has going on. And, Christina, she's just joined the podcast probably about a month ago. Get Haunted Network.
Okay.
And people, Rob ended up, Rob, that's Rob's baby right there. If I'm correct, he created it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, right.
But they have a lot of events going on as well. So definitely check out Get Haunted Network and Its Haunted Network.
Absolutely. And we do have some links for some of David and Chris's stuff down below. Feel free to check that out. Thanks to our moderator, Cara, who is moderating the show for us. Of course, we know you couldn't miss a chance to hassle me and Brandon, Matt. That's a given. So, and Tyra says it's storming in Arkansas now. And Matt says, love to Get Haunted Network. Great content. So, and I agree with him. I've checked out a lot of your videos and these live investigations that you've been doing. Y'all just kill these things, man. You're amazing at what you do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We love it, man. I mean, it's a passion. I mean, that's all it is, too. It's totally a passion, and it's not going to end here soon.
Oh, no. It takes a long time to move yourself away from something that you love, and paranormal comes natural to a lot of people.
Yep.
It is a passion for a lot of people, and some people think it's crazy, but as long as it makes you happy and you're a believer and whatever, who cares what other people think,
Right, exactly. And we learn different stuff every day, and nobody in this field is I say an expert and knows everything. We learn new stuff all the time.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
was
learning you're learning new things probably 1 to 2 times, maybe more a day. You know, none of us are ever going to know everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's cool to get out there and network and talk and investigate with other investigators as well, because they have different kind of opinions about stuff. They have different kind of styles, and cool to pick up on them styles, because that can make your stuff better. As a what do you say? David's head looks like it's so shiny. Well, I waxed it for you, Mr. Sanders. I waxed it. For you. Oh, never mind. Forget I said that. But I mean, it's cool to get out there and learn extra stuff. I mean, we're all of us should be in this together and learn new styles, new, like even equipment, certain ways to go into the investigation. And that's what it should be,
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Brandon, you have, I know that you know of David. Have you, what do you got to say, man? Because David, we've been waiting a long time to have you on the show. Brandon, I've been super excited about it. What do you have for David tonight?
I think that everybody's holy grail, when it comes to this business, is a little bit different. I was kind of wondering what his was.
With mine, it would basically be just getting the best evidence as possible. Hey, look, this right here is real, man. There are spirits out there, and I think the biggest thing is the teaching of it and certain ways to actually communicate with spirits and treat them like humans. You want to treat them like you would the living. Some of us are like, yeah, we are close to. Well, we want to treat them correctly, not provoking, not yelling, no screaming, this and that. Collecting the evidence. I mean, that's the whole thing about it, and showing people. And also, another thing is for people out there that are afraid of being ridiculed about speaking about their experiences and the stuff they've been through. I would like them to come out, tell us their stories, and maybe if we can help them out, we would. I mean, we can. And if we can't, send them to somebody else that they can help them out. I mean, even with people out there with certain gifts, they're scared of putting it out there. There's a lot of people in this field that have the same gifts that could help them out.
Yeah, David, I couldn't agree more with you, and it looks like everybody in the comments feel the same way. Now, to bring this comment back up, Nicole, by the way, welcome Nicole Hoffman back to the team, co-founder, official new returning member. Welcome back to the team. We've definitely been through our share of dangerous paranormal activity, and that is very true. I'm not trying to offend any of us right now, but before that, we opened Minnesota Spirit Hunters. We were young and we were dumb. We were kids, and we're doing this dumb stuff to try to communicate with spirits and the paranormal, and we have no idea what we're doing. We had a hand on it, we had an idea of what to do, but we didn't know how to do it properly. What's up, Brandon?
That's everybody when they first start.
Exactly. and so Nicole says the park and Dylan's house were the major ones, which to sum all that up, the park. We were at the park. There's a park right up the road from our house, and we went over there probably every night, and we played the Ouija board. Just to play the Ouija board. We played it to play it for fun, and we ended up contacting a spirit, and the spirit was named Q. And every time we would go there, this spirit, the same one, would be there, and we thought we were having fun with it. We made a friend with it. But turns out one of those nights that we went over there, Nicole actually ended up being possessed without knowing she was possessed. We're walking back to the house, which is maybe 1.5 to 2 miles away from the park. And Nicole is completely silent all the way home. Now, we get to the park and she sits directly down on the ground There's nobody else. Sits down on the ground and then says, "Where are we?" The whole time we're walking about a mile and a half, 2 miles, she doesn't know where we are. We get to the park and then, she's wondering where we are. I can't say that, or how we got there. I can't say that it was because of the Ouija board, but I have a pretty good idea that it was, because when you play with paranormal activity and you don't do it the right way, something bad could happen. You never know. Which this brings back to everything of what you said, David. A lot of us go through a very dangerous stuff within the field, and we don't even expect it sometimes. But there's a lot of stuff we also don't know. So everything that you said there, wanted to sum it up. So
yeah, you definitely, I tell everybody that wants to get into the paranormal field, don't be a weekend warrior. Get a hold of a credible team that's nearby, or a credible person nearby that's into the field and that's been doing it for a while, maybe a seasoned investigator, and talk to them, see if you can get some insight. And that's like these vodcasts, like y'all are doing, that we do. It's good insight on what you're going to get into, or what you could get into. That's the whole thing about it. And going with the Ouija board thing. Me, the way I've looked at it for years, it's a tool. It's the same thing as a voice recorder. It's the same thing as a K2 meter. You're still the Ouija board. You're touching it. You're using your energy. You're doing the same thing with the recorder. You're doing the same thing with the voice with the K2 meter, or whatever kind of device that you're holding. It depends on how you use it. It depends on how you close it. Closing a Ouija board is the same thing as closing an investigation. It basically is. It also depends on what kind of energy is attached to that Ouija board, and what it has been used in the past.
Exactly. And, it probably wasn't the best Ouija board that I could have got. My standpoint right now is, if we ever came to the point where we needed a Ouija board, because that was the only tool that we can get answers from, I would buy one brand new, plastic still on it. This Ouija board that we played with came from a guy that we were kind of friends with, but we barely knew him. Who knows what he did with that Ouija board? It may not all have been on us. So who knows what he did, and who knows what followed us after we took it,
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, because I have a board right now that has a lot of dark history to it. It's only 13 of them made. Actually, it's only 12 left.
Oh, wow.
One of them burned up in the fire. It was actually created by the woman that inspired the Love Boat. Got it from the Salem Witchboard Museum. Yeah, John, my good buddy John, he owns that. And yeah, I have that, and I've done it. Me and actually one of my friends, Vicky Bentley from Bentley Paranormal up here in New Hampshire, we used it, and we were like, we can't use it anymore, because after that, my cottage, I have a lot of objects here that have some activity to them that are supposedly haunted. And that right there just really sparked it up. I had to get a hold of my friend Charlotte Underwood in the UK. She's a psychic medium. And had to get her to actually, sort of cleanse the place and air it out. That was my mistake. Even 22 years of being a seasoned investigator, I did not think. I just did it. But now I know. I learned my lesson not to do it. So yes, I agree with you. If you're going to try it, get a new Ouija board that hadn't been used, and make sure you use it correctly. Make sure you know how to
Exactly. Now, to kind of move away from the Ouija board, back to the podcast situation. The reason that Minnesota SpiritCast was created is so that we could bring people on and we could let them express what's going on. Because if you got issues with ghost hunting, with paranormal, with all of that, and you ball all that up inside, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be scary eventually, and you're not going to know what to do. So what we like to do is kind of bring people out of their comfort zone sometime. And when they agree to come on and talk about this stuff, we can't thank them people more, because these stories need to be told. If they're not told, Some of these stories that we've heard need some help. There's people that need some help, and they're afraid to admit that they need help with investigation, having a team come out, investigate, get rid of the negative stuff, all of that. And so, like I said, if you ball all that up inside, nobody's going to know what's going on. Nobody's going to be able to help. So that's why I created this show. That way people could come on and let us know what's going on. And maybe if they're down for getting help, then we can point them in the right direction.
Right. Yeah. And that's what we should be doing. In the paranormal field, we should have been doing this from day one, which is years ago, whenever it started.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, way before the 90s, the 70s, the 60s. It's been going on for years. But yeah, totally agree. I mean, that's another good thing about these podcasts,
Exactly. I agree with Kara. A lot of times they don't realize there is help. And that is very true, because there is so much help out in the paranormal field, and people don't even realize it, because you know what? People see paranormal, they see non-existent, crazy, want nothing to do with it. And then we're over here like, we have the tools to help. We're able to help. We're able to get you a peace of mind and all of this. But how can we get our word out there so that people don't think we're crazy and we're actually here for the clients instead of the popularity, the fame, the money, all of that? Absolutely not. None of that is ever in our book. Who cares about the money? Who cares about the fame? It's all about helping people.
And see, that's a good thing about, 40 years ago, they didn't have the, TV shows and all that out. And, then they started popping out. And that's the good thing about the shows that I do like, because they're like, hey, look, this is here. It's right there in front of your face. We have people that can help, type thing. That's why I like the shows. And a lot of it is dramatic, and it's, ratings, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of these investigators that have been on TV, including me, it's just like, hey, look, we're getting the word out. We're telling our story. So feel comfortable to come to us or other investigators that are open-minded and believe in this stuff and talk to them. You don't have to be alone. We're here to help.
Exactly. David, speaking of being on TV, I kind of wanted to get a little insight from you about this. You were on was it a show or was it a movie called Twisted Carnival?
Oh, that right there. That was something back in the day. It was just a side project that, it really had nothing to really do. Well, some of it had to do with paranormal, but some of it was just, for show.
Right.
Yeah, that was nothing. The main ones, was, Discovery Channel, Travel Channel, A&E, Destination America, all that, Ghost Adventures, Tennessee Wraith Chasers, Most Terrifying Places in America, Haunted Hospitals, Paranormal 911. There's actually a new show coming out that y'all check out. Actually, the casting call is on my page. It's like Mission Unexplained. If you have, like, in the line of duty, being a anything in, what I'm trying to say, I guess the military, if you had any kind of experiences in the past while you were active or non-active duty, they're looking for your stories. You can share your stories and get it out there while you were there. But just go to my page and you can look it out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Haunted Network. So don't, like you said, don't let it bottle up inside. Go ahead and get out there and tell your stories if you're comfortable about doing it on national television.
Exactly. I definitely agree with you. I totally had something I was going to say, but I completely skipped my mind. So it'll come to me eventually. Tyra says, I have stories, which Tyra has came on our show twice. And she has some absolutely amazing stories. If you guys don't know about her stories, you can go back in season 2 of MNSpiritCast, check it out. And Tyra, you have been one to come on to explain these stories and put it out there so everybody knows what's going on. We appreciate that. So,
nice.
Yes, and Simplify, good luck with getting these stories. Absolutely, and that's the thing, man. Every single day, we are always looking for new stories. We're looking to support these people, and whatever. We're always here for everybody, and that's the thing. I want people to know, if anybody's watching, we are here for you. We're not just here for filming these episodes and or TV shows or anything just for the views or anything. We're here to put the story out and let everybody see what's going on. So, oh, that was a tongue twister.
Yeah, with our group, we don't judge, we don't look down on people, none of that. We're just here to help, and I mean that's a big part of this, field is helping people, because that's pretty much one reason why a lot of people get into the field.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, some of it's weekend warriors going out there to get an adrenaline rush. I mean, you can't lie, man. We love it. We still love getting the adrenaline rush.
Oh yeah.
Well, get the evidence. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's a passion too as well.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
That's what matters. I mean, it's like, they call it ghost hunting. I like saying paranormal investigating, but I mean, it is. I mean, it's just like fishing too as well. You throw out a line, you reel it in, you never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. That's the thing. You never know what you're going to get. You could go to a place that isn't even classified as haunted, and you could get the most activity. That is the best. We used to have a branch off of Minnesota Spirit Hunters called Paranormal Presence, and what we would do is go to these places and test these places that are known to be haunted, but they're not one of the most popular places in the haunting category or whatever.
Yeah.
And the things that you get on a place that's not classified as haunted, that talk about an adrenaline rush. That's amazing.
Exactly, it is. And the thing is with that is also that you can also create your own haunting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's your mind. You're out there. You're like, oh my gosh, this place has a lot of history. Something could be going on here. And if everybody in the team or everybody's around, they can create their own manifestation in that area. So you got to keep your head clear and debunk a lot of stuff and push it out, and not, definitely don't want to make it haunted.
Exactly. And I couldn't agree with Nicole more. You have to have drive and passion for this type of work, and that sums it up right there.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't get paid for this, and even if we do, we break even on it. I mean, that's all it is to it. We spend more money on locations and investigating than anything.
Exactly. And the thing is if teams were to charge and everything, it's all about the intention of that team, what they are intending to do with that money. But for, like I've always said since we opened Minnesota Spirit Hunters, if we were to get a donation, because I will never charge for an investigation ever, I don't believe in it. But if we were ever to get a donation from one of our clients, that money goes right back into the company so that we can open more investigations. We can go to these places and equipment and all of that. It never goes in our pocket. And I want everybody to know that is not what we are about. We are not about the money. We are all about helping. So
yeah, I totally agree with you, because you never know. You can go to an investigator, say, all right, hypothetically speaking, you got $2,000 in the business account. Okay. You have, say, y'all two go on an investigation, and you need 2 more people, but those 2 people do not have the gas to make it there. That right there will help them get there to actually conduct a full investigation and actually collect the evidence. I mean, that's the way, like even with equipment. Yeah. Oh my gosh, my camera went out, or voice recorder went out. Yeah, you can go buy another voice recorder to actually get it taken care of.
Exactly.
So I mean, it's definitely to be used for those reasons. I mean,
exactly.
Research in this field.
And I'm glad you brought that up. Research, this may be off topic, but research is a really good thing within the paranormal field. You definitely want to know what you're getting yourself into before you go to these destinations. So, digging deep with this research and making sure you got every little detail that you're going to need to know is a big thing within the field. We have two mediums on our team. So, when we research stuff, we want to send it away from the group chat so that these mediums are not seeing what's going on at this place. We want them to go in empty-minded. We want them to go in not knowing a thing. So as far as researching for the investigators, the camera guys, all of that stuff, it could be a very beneficial thing so that we can clarify what the mediums are feeling, hearing, seeing, and we can all put it together and compare notes, so research is a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I like going into it blind because certain abilities that I have, which I don't want to talk about, I've acquired over years, but I like going into them blind. But yet you got other people that do the research and they know, and that right there could be the validation of it. That's why we get a pen and piece of paper, and you can, whatever, say, I come up with or Chris comes up with or somebody else, they write it down, and then we can sit here and put it together and see if it actually connects. I mean, that's what you do your research for on the other part, the outside of it. But yeah. Let's see, Nicole. What you say, David? What is the more chilling investigations you have been to? It's been a lot of them, but I'll tell you one thing right now. Probably number one on the list is probably the Real Conjuring House. That was insane. Went out there filming with Stormy Daniels and Justin Luke from Spooky Base Paranormal Team and Paranormal Show. I'm sorry, but Storm invited me out there to be a guest investigator, and we hit it up like 5 or 6 locations up here in the New England area. But the Real Conjuring House, yeah. Can I cuss on here or not?
Oh yeah.
Fuck that place. It's insane. No, I mean, I say that because it scared the shit out of me because of the stuff I witnessed there. Now, it's a cool location. Absolutely. You just got to be prepared to go into that place because you don't know what you're going to see there. It's like Grand Central Station, in the paranormal field. It really is. It's spirits popping in and out, in and out, in and out. That place right there, I probably wouldn't go back to because it was a lot of stuff happened that night. I can't get into it because it's going to be on the show. On Stormy's show.
Okay.
And Justin's show. You really can't tell deep in details, but I'm sure y'all will see it. The second place is the Shanley Hotel. That place was amazing. I actually got some of the video. I got a full video on our on my YouTube page, also Its Haunted Network page. We got some cool stuff. Me and Mandy from Weird and Twisted Paranormal, and Katie too. They got some cool evidence of something rushing at us. Is like, it ran toward us.
Oh, and, boy.
Yeah, I jumped in front of Katie, basically trying to guard her because I didn't know what was going to happen. At that time, before then, there was a chair that slid across the back. You can hear it and turn around.
Oh, my God.
So the Shanley Hotel, though, I mean, the spirits there, they will not hurt you, just like the Conjuring House. It's just they want to be acknowledged, and you never know what it is. So definitely 2 locations that I freaking love. The third location was Kuhn Memorial Hospital, which that's my story about that place. It basically just about ruined my life, man.
Oh boy,
it ruined my life. It's on Haunted Hospital Season 2. Episode 13 on Travel Channel, Discovery Plus. You can look that up. It's called Obsession. That place was insane for 6 to 8 months. It drove me downhill. It even came down to where I was on top of the roof and about jumped off. So,
oh my God,
that's whenever I go to these conventions and stuff. If I'm a guest speaker, my main subject is talking about attachments and how the baby. He's so cute. He or she?
She.
She's so cute. Yep. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, no, you are just
fine.
Hey. She absolutely loves being on these podcasts. Good thing Matt Barron isn't watching right now because it would spiral. But so David, I actually wrote down that I would love to hear about your experience at the Shanley Hotel.
Ooh. It was awesome. It really was. Kelly is amazing. She's one of those amazing hosts. Well, we went in there. It was we investigated the place, and Chris got a whole bunch of stuff. Mandy and Katie got a whole bunch of stuff. So did April. It's just, I mean, it's so much. I just really can't register about what happened that night because it's just a lot of it's such a blur because our adrenaline was rushing, and it was back-to-back stuff. Actually, Chris stayed the night probably about 3 weeks ago, and we put on his channel on YouTube, Chris Channel Paranormal Explorer. We put it up, and I was like, dude, let's check it out, man. We got a couple hours before we go to bed. We actually just got through investigating S.K. Pierce. And he put it up, and I was like, let's see if you missed something, man. Next thing you know, there was like 8 or 9 EVPs, Class A EVPs.
Really?
That's during editing. And we rewind it. Ended up being an hour going through this of a 30-minute video. And got some cool stuff. I mean, the Shanley is awesome. Even on my video, and Mandy and Katie's video from Totally Weird and Twisted Podcast.
Yeah.
Them up on Facebook. They got a show on our page too on Its Haunted Network. And the funny thing is I love them to death because Totally Weird and Twisted Podcast is twats. Yeah.
Right.
Twats. I love them girls. They are
oh, good Lord, Cara.
You can look them up, man, and look at the evidence that we call it Shanley.
Absolutely. You got a video of the Shanley Hotel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do, and they do. All three of us have it.
Okay. Awesome. And that I will definitely be checking out. I told you it would get bad. Told you it would spiral.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, I will definitely be checking out your videos from the Shanley Hotel. There's when you went to this place, did you because when you go to some of these locations, you get outside of. I was watching your live of the S.K. Pierce, and when you first got there, I could automatically tell that you were pumped for this investigation. Has there been a single investigation that you just could not wait to get in? Like, time was close, and you just wanted time to speed up. You wanted to get going, all that, What is the investigation that made you the most excited?
Every last one of them. Every last one of them, brother.
Isn't that the truth, though?
Yeah, that's the passion for it. It's every last one of them. The Shanley was definitely one of them that I wanted to get into because, everybody telling me about it. Let's see. The Conjuring House, Wilson Castle, McNutt House in Vicksburg, Mississippi. I've done that for years. For about 10 years, I've investigated that place and got some cool evidence. Actually, one of my, we went, it was me and my friend Chris Bender, Therese Apel. She's actually a crime scene reporter down in Jackson, Mississippi. Beth was there too. Yeah, I think that was about it. We were actually going to do a live feed on whenever Chris was with the radio station down there, Y101.7. And we did a Halloween event. We did a live feed, and it was so cool, man, because we were sitting here like 10 minutes in the investigation. I was asking questions, and I asked, could you open the door, close the door, knock, something, blah, 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 this and that, and I'll be damned. Next thing you know, on live feed, one of the doors opened, and
really
sitting here, Chris was sitting here filming it. It's actually featured on Fright Club, with Jack Osborne and the Ghostbusters, stuff like that. So I couldn't even tell you what episode or anything. My friend my friend Mike Mendina, he sat here and showed it to me. I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know it aired.
Yeah, right.
That's a cool location. I mean, like I said, but every one of them, though, I'm always excited about because I'd love to dive into it and see what kind of evidence we can get.
Mm-hmm. What's on your mind over there, Brandon?
Oh, I was just going to ask a question. What is the part that you dislike the most about the field?
Dislike the most? Probably the backstabbing and trying to get ahead and hang on shirt tails, this and that. And whenever you hang on shirt tails, next thing you know, you end up getting bashed just to try to make a name for yourself. And, we're not going to get rich in this field. I don't care.
No.
You're not going to. And if you're Zach Beggins, yeah, because, he's smart. He's smart. He's doing it. And, the museum, that's his retirement plan. It doesn't matter how many shows you've been on, this and that. You're not going to get rich out of it. That you can make a good living if you have your own show, but, you never don't know how long that's going to last. But
exactly.
That's probably about just the backstabbing in the field that I really dislike. But yet, turn around, that's life, man. It happens. It happens to people no matter what. It's not just the paranormal field. It's all over.
Oh, yeah. That's all around.
So,
all around. Good question, Brandon.
That is a good question.
Another thing that I hate about the field the most is having to debunk everything.
I love that. I love debunking everything. 90% whenever you're investigating, 90% of it, just my opinion, is going to be not paranormal. The other 10, questionable. That's why we do it, is debunking. And it does hurt. It does hurt. I agree with you. Whenever you hear something or see something or something, you're like, oh, damn it, I got to debunk it, So.
No, actually, that brings me to a really awesome point and question as well. We were doing this investigation a little outside of Moore, Minnesota, and it was at a private residence. And this episode will be released next year, and you guys can see what we're talking about. But we were sitting at the office, the home base, and we were checking out all the footage and everything. And we're watching one of the videos, and we see the bathroom door creep open on its own. And we got so excited, very excited. And then we rolled the clip a little bit farther. Our investigator, Kara, she came out of the bathroom, closed the door, and it turns out that the door opened up right after she came out. I had to get up, go to the door, and do exactly what Kara did so that I could see if it was real or not. Like, I was so upset that we had to debunk that. I was the best footage that we would have ever had, but you have to debunk it.
Exactly. And exactly. I totally agree. And it hurts. It stings, but you got to do it, man. If you're going to be a credible investigator, you've got to do it no matter what. That's like with the McNutt House, with the door opening. We did it all on live feed. We jumped up, we shut the door, we made sure it was latched, made sure it was unlatched. We tried to prove that it could happen because maybe it was going downhill, because of the house settling over the years. It's a whole house. The weight of the door could open like that. But no, it was latched. It was not locked, but it was completely latched, and there was no way it can go. That could have happened. You can actually hear the door right before it opened. You hear the click, door handle, and it opened. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And that actually brought a question for me. Has there ever been one, besides what you just talked about, has there ever been one instance where something made you absolutely excited and then you debunked it as not paranormal?
All the time. All the time, man.
It's the worst, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
you get so hyped up, and then all of a sudden it's just, oh, son of a...
Just makes you want to just bawl. Makes you want to bawl like full blood tears because you get some freaking awesome footage, and then you have to debunk it. And when it's not paranormal, you're just over here just pounding yourself, because you wanted it to be real.
I know. And the thing is, if you don't debunk it, it makes you feel like. I mean, it makes me feel like shit inside. And it really does. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I just faked evidence, type thing. And I mean, you got to. And that's how it is. That's how it is.
Exactly. Now, let's see. What do we got here? We talked a little bit about It's Haunted Vodcast. That's a podcast with you and Chris Sanders. You guys bring guests on. You guys talk about all things paranormal.
Well, we also got Christina Westervelt on there too. That's also our co-host.
Okay. And first, who started It's Haunted Vodcast? I know you said you joined on with Chris. Who started the podcast?
Well, it was I was sitting here one day and I was like, you know what? Maybe we need to get our own podcast. So I got a hold of Chris and pushed it out to him. He was like, yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. It was basically, it was both of us, because he put a lot of insight into it. And he was like, yeah, all right, cool. That'll work. I can do pop-ups too. We can do every Sunday. But yeah, also I can do my, our show, a pop-up every, whenever I want type thing. I was like, let's do it. So it was both of us together, corresponding and saying, hey, yeah, we'd love to do it. And then I was sitting here one day and I started thinking, I was like, you know what? Maybe we ought to make this bigger. And I reached out to him. I was like, we ought to make it bigger. And Chris was like, let's do a network. I was like, okay, cool. Let's do it. So it's both of us, 50-50 on, the podcast and the network and, getting people in and the guests. He pulls guests on, I pull guests on. So, I mean, it's just a mutual thing.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And your the It's Haunted Podcast is a great podcast. If you guys haven't seen it yet, hop on over to It's Haunted Network. Check out David. Check out Chris Sanders and all the amazing work that they've been doing and all of that. To kind of turn the tables a little bit, you've also been a part of Totally Weird and Twisted. What's the story behind Totally Weird and Twisted?
Well, Totally Weird and Twisted. Oh my gosh, it's so funny how me and Mandy and Katie met. I reached out to them. I saw one of their shows. I forgot where it was, on Facebook, and I reached out to them. I said, hey, would you mind me coming over the show? And I sent my bio, this and that. And they were like, okay, yeah, cool. So I went over there and we just connected. We connected. We laughed. It was a great show. Awesome. And then I think it was like, oh my gosh, about a year after that, or a year and a half, something like that. I reached out to him. I was like, hey, chicks, I said, hey, twats, would y'all like to be a part of this haunted network? And I'm sorry. No, it came about where we were sitting here, we were talking, and we decided to go and investigate the Shanley Hotel together, and that we ever meet face to face, and we hit it off again. I mean, amazing women. And I mean, you're talking about somebody, these two girls in the paranormal field that have the same style as us, debunking stuff, this and that, and don't take anything for granted to make sure it is legit. They are the same way. And then I was like, hey, you want to come on the network? And they were like, yeah, sure. They did. And it was a great addition to the network. It really was, because they really make it fun. Oh, my God. And you talking about raw, these chicks are raw. And they're just hilarious, man. They are so hilarious.
Brandon, I think I smell a couple future guests for the show.
Get them. They are so...
Absolutely. I'll definitely be reaching out. They sound like a lot of fun. Awesome. That's great. Let's see. Let's go way back. This is a very long time ago, and you might not remember much about it, but
I don't remember. I don't even remember a month ago, really. Sometimes I'm getting old, bro.
Same here, man. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but next month is my 24th big one. So I am the baby still.
Oh, happy birthday, man. Happy early
birthday. Appreciate it. We're actually filming on that day, too. I'm super excited for it. That's a great birthday gift, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. That is. And you never know what you're going to get. You know, coincidence or not. I mean, that could be one of your big moments to get some damn good evidence.
Oh, absolutely. And you're just pumped about it, and you just I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but I'm super excited. So, but I guess I can consider myself the baby of the paranormal field. There's not a lot of younger my age founders of teams, and I feel honored to be the founder of the team because it's absolutely fun. You know, it's a great thing to do.
Well, we needed a lot of them out there. I mean, we need a lot of young people out there that are jumping in the field, and because they can have outside eyes of us seasoned investigators that have been in it for a while. And the younger generation could, I mean, basically they put some other stuff on the table, stuff that we're used to. We have in our set ways. And you got the younger generation coming in, and they're seeing a different outtake on stuff, which is a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Like I said, we're not all experts in the field.
Exactly. So anyway, to go way back, you were a part of the Vicksburg parade before, right?
Oh my God.
told you we were going back.
Yeah, it was. I was with a few of them, a few of the Vicksburg parades, which was really awesome. It was always fun. Kim Hopkins, I think she still runs it. I don't know. I'm in New Hampshire now, but yeah, she Main Street program. She ran it, and it was so cool to get out there and get. My old truck back in the day had a siren on it, and I played the Ghostbusters.
That truck was so cool, man.
Yeah, I had it going down there, and one time we dressed up as the Ghostbusters at the Mardi Gras parade. So yeah, it was fun. And, it's fun to get out in the community and say, hey, look, you don't have to be scared, man. We're people too, But yeah, it was definitely amazing. Just
absolutely,
and shaking hands and saying hey to everybody screaming at you, saying your name. It's cool. It really is. It makes you feel good inside that you accomplished something, in the field.
I've been 21 for over 31 years. That's great. All right. Well, we are not quite finished yet, but we are going to take a small intermission, and then we're going to open up a question Q&A with David and our viewers. So if anybody has anything to ask David, Brandon, if you have anything to ask David, we'll be right back after the P3 video here, and feel free to ask David whatever. David, feel free to ask us anything. So
cool.
We will be right back right after this.
We're gonna get some tonight.
Some.
Yeah, not yet.
The experiences I had with you, or my solo experience that you obviously did.
By saying either I'm done or I'm leaving, or that way we know.
Sounds like y'all might not need. It sounds like y'all's family might need to.
Yeah.
Close. It's always.
Welcome to the Mystic Paranormal UK Members Lounge.
And we are back with David Schroeder. Sorry, completely forgot what I was doing here. We are back with David Schroeder. We are far from over yet. Before the break, we asked anybody to throw some questions at David. David, you can throw questions at us. And Brandon, I know Brandon has some great questions for you. So I'm going to turn it over to Brandon here.
What is your favorite piece of equipment?
Myself and I would say voice recorder and video camera. That's my favorite piece of equipment. I mean, because your body's going to tell you to get out or stay, and plus, your mind, this and that, able to debunk stuff, blah blah blah. But I would definitely, voice recorder. I love EVPs, camera as well. EVPs, video evidence, documented about what went on, validation that it was not paranormal or paranormal type thing. Yeah, that's my main one, but I will carry, K2 around with me, just, to see if there is, basically to debunk the EMF readings in the area. Because, you have to do that. You get, all right, put it this way. If you're next to a breaker box, your body's going to be like, I don't want to be around it. It's too much electricity. It's like it's within doubt, get the hell out type thing. If
Exactly.
you there, then you can say, oh, that's feeling this. Why? That's why I got chill bumps. type thing. So yeah, that would be my favorite.
K2 meter, the part that I love about that is like when you're in the middle of nowhere, like standing in the middle of an old deserted road and like you're getting readings.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's this road here in Pine City, Minnesota that we're doing, and I can't disclose anything because that will be released in the future, maybe. Very sensitive information, but it's just the road. And you could be standing in the middle of the road with no phone, no nothing, and just a K2 meter in your hand. And this thing is spiking all the way up to red, and there's nothing around you. I don't know. K2s are quite fascinating.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's a single axis on it. I mean, it's like, I think the Trifield's a double axis. Trifield meter is a damn good device because it picks up different kind of EMF readings. It's expensive to hell, but I would say it's worth getting.
Absolutely.
Try to
absolutely. I was going to throw a question out while we're on the equipment subject. David, when you film something and you have all of this footage that you need to go through, you can't only think about the video that you got to go through. You also got EVP recordings you got to go through. That can be a task sometimes. Now, do you have a suggestion on how you can get a hand on that and kind of make it flow a little bit easier? Kind of lining up all the EVPs with the video footage that you got?
I mean, really, there's no, you just got to listen to it and go through it. I mean, with the EVPs you're talking about, if you do the video, yeah, I mean, I would say, I'm trying to think of how I'm going to say this. I would say whenever you're going through your evidence, definitely have another set of ears there to make sure that it's not not human. It is something paranormal, but yet go through it, slow it down, like the EVP was. Slow it down, speed it up, put it in reverse. A lot of people in the field, newer in the field, do not know about Class R EVPs. Do y'all know what Class R are?
I don't think so.
Class R is a reverse EVP. Get it, flip it around, turn it backwards. If you can't understand what it's saying, turn it backwards and see if it actually makes a sentence. See if it actually, says something.
Well, see, David, we released the episode of Minnesota Spirit Hunters back in December called Boyd House LLC. And yeah, we had people we were in the edit. There were people up there with us and everything. However, in a British accent type thing, none of us are British. We don't have that accent or anything. We hear a voice that says, "Can you touch my tummy?" Now, it sounds really weird. But we had a Boo Buddy bear trigger object sitting in the toy room on the second floor. Now, this Boo Buddy says, "Can you touch my tummy?" Okay, but the voice of this Boo Buddy is sounds just like us. It is not British. It's not anything. Now, I'm wondering how we got this I can't say EVP, but how we got this recording of the same thing that the bear was constantly saying, because this bear, it talks to whatever's there. It says, "Can you touch my tummy?" It says, "Do this." It says, "Do that," and all that. But how did this Boo Buddy's voice turn into something British and say the exact same thing?
Hold on one sec. Brandon.
Yeah.
Did you have a light or something go off in the background?
My daughter's watching the TV and it reflected off the banner.
Okay.
I seen it in the camera too. Yeah.
I saw you look and I was like, I saw that too. And it's so cool with doing, these vodcasts and stuff, especially if you're in haunted locations or your place is haunted. You're doing these live feeds and you're getting evidence. I know, because on our show, we get shit all the time. It's pretty cool. I mean, that's going back to, also, I don't know if people tried this before. I've done it before with my place to validate anything haunted in my cottage. I've had, 5 people sit here from the UK, from Ireland, from, in the States. I would do a StreamYard live feed well, not a live one, but a group feed, and I would put the monitor up and let them investigate my location. I'll leave for like 3 or 4 hours. It's a cool way to do it as well. It's open.
Yeah.
It's an open way to do it. But you were talking about the Boo Buddy and this and that. I mean, you also, spirits can mimic. They also can mimic what's going on. Say if the Boo Buddy says, "Hey, touch my tummy," the spirit could say, "Hey, touch my tummy," and it could sound the same way.
Yeah.
I've had spirits mimic me. I've had spirits mimic people that I've investigated with. And that's probably their only way to actually make communication. I don't know.
But since it came out so clear and everything, could we classify that as a intelligent EVP?
Yes, you could. Yeah, if you know for sure that it wasn't anybody in the room and it wasn't the device or anything, yeah, you could. But just make sure it's documented. I mean,
the thing is when I was going over the footage for that episode and everything, me and Kara had went down to the basement to grab some equipment. Our base was set up down there, and the attic was 4 floors up from the basement. Well, the camera is rolling, and Brandon and our ex-team member, who's not with us anymore, was up in the attic, and you hear a whisper says, "He's coming." And right after you hear "he's coming," the door opens. Me and Kara are coming upstairs. Cool. So there's no way that Brandon could have known, because you can't hear people walking because, well, I can't say that. It's really thin floors and everything, but I don't think they knew that we were coming. And you could hear "he's coming." And then you could hear this "can you touch my tummy" right after we're walking up the stairs. So,
I mean, that's really cool. Look, whenever you go into EVPs, you get that gut feeling that it is something. Go with your gut feeling. I always say go with your gut feeling.
Yeah.
Of course, try to debunk it. If you can't debunk it, then I would say it would be, possibly paranormal. I mean, you said a whisper, that would be a Class C EVP.
Yeah.
And
go ahead. What if your gut feeling steers you in the wrong direction, though?
When in doubt, throw it out. I mean, that's what I do.
At one of our investigations, we also had a spirit come through using your voice.
My voice, yeah. So the thing is we were sitting at the same place.
That's a mimic part.
Yep. We were sitting in the same place that we're talking about, and we were sitting in the living room. There's probably 3 or 4 of us sitting there, and all of a sudden, one of us is holding the spirit box, and all of a sudden it says something, and it comes through as my voice. Sounds just like me and everything.
Says everybody looked around the room and looked right at Marcus like, "Did your lips move? Were you talking?"
Yep. All we could do is roll back the footage. I didn't say a darn thing, and I even heard my voice. I'm like, conscience? Like, I don't know what it was.
I've been through it before, man. There's times on investigations that I'm not in the room, but they mimic my voice, and that's what it was. I mean, there was one time that we were investigating Susie B. Law House in, God, what was it? It was in Greenville, Mississippi. No, it wasn't Greenville. Anyway, Susie B. Law House, and we were investigating that, and one of my friends, ex-investigator that I was associated with, she took a photo of a mirror doing, spirit photography in a mirror. And I'll be damned, there was a picture of me, my hat turned on backwards. The only thing is, I had a deformity. Well, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I had a black eye. But I wasn't up there. I was downstairs.
Oh, wow.
So there's times that spirits can do that. I mean, that's the only way, really, they probably know how to communicate.
So, so spirits can manipulate, they can mimic, and they can manifest into anything that they want. So what I'm hearing is the spirit mimic and manifest it into you.
Yeah, they can do that. I mean, we don't know yet if it's a non-human. What theory is, it's a non-human entity. People say demon all the time. It's not really a demon. I mean, I would just say it's just a way for them to communicate, you know?
Now, here's a good question for everybody. Is there ever, as much as we think there is, can we ever classify as much as we do as a demon? Like, not everything not everything evil is a demon, and not everything not everything bad is evil, not everything evil is a demon. You know what I mean?
If you're going to be, or put it this way, if you have a negative entity that you're investigating in a location or your home or whatever, I mean, if you're going to be an asshole during life, you're going to be an asshole during death.
Well, yeah.
You know, so I wouldn't say it's a demon. I definitely wouldn't.
Right.
It's probably just a grumpy old man or whatever. It was, or a grumpy old woman was like, you know what, I'm just going to mess with these people. I'm going to be an asshole.
Right.
Know?
We've had plenty of them. Plenty. So, but yeah, it's the paranormal field is full of surprises. It's full of adrenaline rushes, and what more could you ask for? It's absolutely a passion. We go back to the beginning. It's absolutely a passion. I wouldn't have it any other way. I absolutely love it.
Yep.
So
100%. 100%.
Some people get their adrenaline rush by doing wheelies on the freeway at 80. We get ours by going into a haunted place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly. Totally agree. And see, here's another thing to also look at is it doesn't always have to be a spirit. It could be leftover energy left on maybe an object or something. Say at 30 years, you go home, you sit on your favorite, chair recliner, turn the TV on, you're sitting back. You do that same routine for 30 years, and whenever you pass away, why couldn't your energy left over on that object? That's where it also turns into haunted objects.
Yep.
That somebody connected to it, attached to it, this and that. It could be the leftover energy. I mean, the earth is nothing but a big ball of energy, man. So that's another way to look at it. It don't have to be a spirit. It could just be leftover energy. So.
Now, something kind of a curiosity thing / more just wondering, ectoplasm, is that a real thing? Like, do spirits, ghosts actually leave ectoplasm behind?
I've never seen it. Never.
I haven't either. That's the thing.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I mean, but yet, just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't.
Right.
How do we know what it looks like and what it doesn't look like? It could be like oil, maybe something on the wall, like a little oil droplet or something like that. I mean, we don't know. I know I don't. I have no idea.
Right. It was just more of a curiosity thing. I wanted a different point of view from it, but Black Dragon says there are also what I call living spirits. That is the energy we give off and leave behind or send, like remote viewing.
Well, yeah, also... Let's see. Hold on, wait. There are also, I call living spirits, or energy to give off and leave behind or send. Now, now you're going to the remote viewing thing. I totally 100% believe in that. 100%. All right, I'll tell you a story real quick. My friend Helena King, it's Alex King's wife, which he's the one that does my flyers and stuff over in the UK. And we were at the Black Swan Inn in Tilton, New Hampshire. We were doing an event. It's like 30 some odd people there. And I got Helena to come in, do some remote viewing. Got got on Facebook, put it up there on the mantle, and she's seeing everybody in the room. Everybody's sitting down. She's doing a remote viewing. She's sitting here, picking off the place, this and that, talking about the history. She has no idea about it. I didn't tell her where we were going. We just put it up there. And the next thing you know, she's saying about this happened. And the owner is like, oh my God, that is it. That's what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I decided to do some sensory deprivation. I'm sitting here in the chair, got my earphones on, blindfold, this and that. I can't hear anybody in the background. They're asking questions. And every now and then I hear somebody scream. So I guess the session's going great because everything, it's matching whatever I'm spitting out, whatever I'm hearing on the echo box.
Right.
I get this vision of this guy, like gray hair, 6 foot tall, real skinny, glasses. I get a vision of him coming up behind me and has his hands out like he wants to choke the hell out of me.
Wow.
I stop. I pull the earphones off. Shut everything off. I'm taking a deep breath. And, at the time, my ex, she was like, what's going on? What's wrong? And I explained to her what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, I don't like putting it out there public, especially in front of 30 people, what I saw, what I visioned.
Yeah, right.
And as soon as I told that, 3 seconds after that, I get a phone call, Facebook, Messenger, and it's Helena. And I was like, oh, God, I can't answer it right now. We're doing the event. And my ex was like, answer it. And I'm glad she did. I answered it, put it on speakerphone. First thing Helena said, David, stop doing what you're doing right now. I was like, what? What's going on? And she said, there is a man behind you about 6 foot tall, gray hair, glasses, and he's walking up behind you wanting to choke the shit out of you.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, whoa, hold on, because Helena didn't know anything about it. She's that good. Everybody in the room was like just gasping. They took it there. They witnessed it. 3 people ended up leaving after that. They were like, I'm done. Okay, I've got my paranormal fix. I'm done for the night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. But he is there at the Black Swan Inn. I mean, the thing is, the Black Swan Inn, it has great spirits there. They won't hurt you or anything. They just like being acknowledged. There's children's spirits there. But that guy right there was mad at me because I was picking up on him. And I respected that. So that's why I stopped. You got to respect. You got to
absolutely.
Absolutely. Because we were doing all that, and we actually switched gears in another direction to leave him alone.
Right. Wow. Interesting. Awesome. All right. David, what can we expect up next, man, from the It's Haunted Network?
Well, there's some stuff we got going on. It's in the works right now. You definitely want to check out Sleepy Hollow Paracon coming up October 22nd this year.
I'm writing that down.
Oh yeah, Chris Sanders is putting that on. Who wouldn't want to get a Sleepy Hollow? I mean, at a Paracon. That's coming up. Just look up on Facebook, Sleepy Hollow Paracon. Got some great speakers, amazing speakers coming up there. Everybody, there's a lot of people up in the New England area that investigators that we all know. So check that out. We're working on a couple of events coming up here at the USS Salem, Black Swan Inn. I'm working on that right now. It's actually supposed to be a pagan festival, 3-day pagan festival, and we are going to, well, not we, but the mutual friend that's a part of it is going to incorporate our paranormal investigation into it.
Okay.
Let's see what else is going on. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. There's so much stuff. Of course, keep an eye on Chris Sanders' page, Chris Sanders Paranormal Explorer. He's got some cool videos, investigations. I have some stuff coming up too. Oh man, I'm missing something. You put me on the spot here. Get Haunted Network. Yeah, check them out. I'm going to be accompanying them in July at SK Pierce Mansion. It's a public paid event. That's about it. I mean, really, whenever I get a hair up my ass, I just do something. So keep an eye on my page about any kind of flyers or anything.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Marcus.
Yeah.
I think we have an investigation for the future now.
What's up?
Sleepy Hollow.
Ooh.
That would be freaking awesome.
Yes, that would be absolutely phenomenal. David, I would absolutely love to extend an invite to get you back on MNSpiritCast. I've had an absolute blast. It's been a lot of fun. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you're curious about for the Minnesota Spirit Hunters?
Well, I'll tell you what. I ask people this question all the time. I love this question because I want to know too. I get all kinds of mixed emotions, not really emotions, but answers about it.
Yeah.
What is y'all's outtake on shadow people? Higher manifestation or lower manifestation? Could it be? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Brandon.
That's a good one.
I will say, all right, I'll tell you what I think. I think shadow people are sort of a higher manifestation because we see them all the time.
Exactly what I was going to say.
It's so easy. But yet you got to look at the higher and lower. That's so tricky. A lower manifestation, I would say it takes a lot more to produce. Put it out there. Like whenever we see full body apparitions or half body apparitions that actually has skin tone and color, I would say that's a lot harder to do. So it would be a higher manifestation because it's so easy. Hey, look, I'm here. But yet you turn around, you can, oh my gosh, how much time we got? Because
it's almost kind of like a shadow, from us,
Yeah.
You're walking like on the sidewalk, and your shadow's next to you. It's almost the same exact color, shape, everything. It's just nothing's there to create it.
Exactly.
Take
your time, man. Take your time.
Great way to put it. So you can also look at there's non-human entities out there, shadow-like things. Like I'll call them watchers. Some people call them creepers, but I call them watchers. They are a non-human entity, but yet they are a shadow figure. But yet all they can do is sit here and watch, keep the other spirits at bay.
Yeah.
Spirits are scared of them because they're parasites. They seem scary, but they're actually wusses, type thing. And there's a lot of them in these locations. That's another reason why we don't get a lot of evidence. These are the non-human entities that either can be manifested or created with your mind, or they have also been on the land for a long time. It's an up and down thing with it. You just got to figure out what they are. But these things, these are the ones that like scaring little kids and scaring little children. They hide in the attic, in the corners, but they can't hurt you. They can't mess with you. I mean, you can actually sit here and provoke them and back them down, tell them shut up. I've ran across them for a long time now, and it's so funny that whenever I started seeing them years ago and picking up on them, I bring it up to other people, other investigators, like, oh shit, that's what I was dealing with. That's what I've seen that. I've dealt with it. So that's something I would like for, people in the paranormal field to know about the watchers. That's what they are.
Absolutely.
Different kind of manifestation shadow person.
Before that I was actually gonna say a more higher. And like you said, it all depends. It could be higher, it could be lower. So absolutely.
Cool.
So anybody in the comments, if you have anything to ask David, now is your chance. David, actually, besides the Get Haunted and It's Haunted Network, is there any other way that somebody could reach out to you with a story or anything, with a experience, whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, let me look something up real quick. We've got another show going on. It's Haunted Network. Let me give you the email. It's a show coming up in July.
Okay.
We are actually, my friend Kate Cresswell and Jenny. Oh my God, I'm going to butcher Sullivan. I'm going to butcher her name. But we got another show coming up. So if you want to, you can write us, send it to the email, write us your story. If you don't want to go public and you want to be anonymous about it, you will read your story, and me and Jenny will sit here and try to consult you and try to talk to you. See, Kate is not a paranormal investigator. She's the host of the show. She's going to read it out. We're going into it blind. We have no idea what story she's going to tell us.
Right. Oh,
We're
I
just
like
gonna
that.
sit here and try to give her information the best we can.
I like
So,
that.
you can actually go to send me your spooky story at gmail.com. Type it up, send it to her, and we talk about it. You can be anonymous or you can be public about it. It doesn't matter. But she's going to read it to us, and we're going to give our best input on it. It's going to be on Its Haunted Network.
And that was send me your spooky story at gmail.com.
Yes.
Go ahead, type up your story, send it over to David. It comes to you, right? It comes to you or everybody for the show?
No, it goes to Kate Zesty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can. There we go.
Perfect. Awesome. So, yep. So that's send me your spooky story at gmail.com. Send your story over and let's get you on there. Cara wants to know what about shadow that actually touches people?
What about shadow that actually touches people? I mean, are you saying that shadow person touching people?
I think she means what about shadow people that touches you? That touches people.
That's what I'm saying. It could be a higher manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, definitely intelligent haunt. Not
exactly.
You know, I mean, it's just a higher. All shadow people can do different stuff. It's just it depends on how they manifest. I would say like this one incident we were sitting there actually talking about it on USS Salem the other day. You know, whenever I was speaking at the Para Expo. It was so crazy. I've never seen anything before, and I mean, never seen it again after this first time. One of my friends, we were sitting here, and we had a convention going on, and I was going to be stupid. I was going to dress up like Lady Gaga and do like some sort of stupid commercial, you know, just to try to get people to buy tickets.
Right.
Thank God that video is not around anymore. But he had the camera, old Sony Handycam, sitting outside. Had a work light. It was lighting up the whole place. It was actually Vicksburg. It was a sharpshooter line with Civil War soldiers. So the place was extremely haunted. But he has it sitting there, and it's pointing toward the wood line. I could see the wood line and everything. I walked outside, and I was sitting here looking at the camera on the screen. He had a monitor hooked up to it where he can see it better.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting here. I looked at it. And next thing you know, I saw this black mass just manifest.
Whoa!
It took me a second. I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell am I seeing?" I see it on the monitor, but at the wood line, real life, didn't see it, but I saw it on the monitor. Next thing you know, I guess it realized that I saw it and just jetted off to a trail up where the sharpshooter line was. Okay, that was crazy. Maybe malfunction on the screen, but no, it wasn't. Because I looked back over again, and it was still like a little dark black mass on the screen.
Yeah.
I got close to it. I was like, "What the hell is that?" Next thing you know, it was so weird. It was like it moved, and it was like a trail behind it, and it followed that black mass.
Oh wow!
Leftover piece of black mass. You know, leftover energy, leftover whatever. I mean, it was so crazy. And see, this is another reason that I like talking about attachments. You know, we were talking about this the other day. I was like, whenever you have attachment and it's gone from you, why couldn't a piece of that attachment still be there and still inside of you, and maybe keep you vulnerable to later on attachments? You see what I'm saying? It's a piece of you. It's stuck there. So anyway, that's a different kind of shadow, different kind of manifestation, kind of you know. I don't know.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, go ahead, send your spooky story over to sendmeyourspookystory@gmail.com. Get that out there. Get it on the show. We definitely look forward to seeing this new show. Go over to Get Haunted Network, Its Haunted Vodcast. Check out David, Chris Sanders, everybody. So, Cara says, such a variety of stuff here at the house. I love to have others come check it out, get their input. We are sitting in the house right now that we filmed Pine City Poltergeist in. This is the house that we filmed the last episode of season 1 in. And this house is phenomenal with the activity and everything else. So if you haven't seen that, go over to YouTube, check that out. So David, we couldn't appreciate you more for coming on the show. Like I said, I want to extend an invite, have you come back on because we had an absolute blast. So it is a very big thanks for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for inviting me on the show. I had a blast.
Absolutely.
I really do.
It's been a lot of fun talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, man. Well, I hope you have a good night. We will see you in the next one, and I definitely cannot wait to check out some of this stuff. And you got Minnesota Spirit Hunters now. You can check us out, everything that we're doing. You have any questions for us? You want us to do anything? Send us a message. We'll do the same for you. All right, man. Have a good night. We'll see you later.
All right, guys.
All right. Later. All right, David, or Brandon, sorry. What do you think? David's a pretty cool guy, huh?
Well, it was a really good show.
Absolutely great show. And everybody watching, you are absolutely phenomenal, as always. Remember to send your spooky story over to sendmeyourspookystory@gmail.com. Get your story on the show, and let's see what this new show is about. Check out the Sleepy Hollow Paracon. David will be a part of it. The Get Haunted Network. His work with Chris Sanders and everything else. It's Haunted Vodcast, whatever you have to check out. Kara, I do agree. He was very knowledgeable, and I can't wait to get him back on the show. So tonight, guys, before we wrap up, we want to do one more thing for you guys, and we want to give you a preview of Season 2 of Minnesota Spirit Hunters, airing July 22nd, 2022, will be the very first episode, but we have a preview for the entire season. Credit to this video goes to Matt Barron, the paranormal consultant, for finishing it up for us. But we're going to do that for you right now. Then we're going to close out the show. But it's been a lot of fun. I'm here with my co-host, as always. We're here with Brandon. Brandon, thank you being the co-host. Absolutely amazing. Please enjoy this preview of Season 2. We will see you guys tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, and 7 p.m. Pacific for our season finale of Minnesota SpiritCast with Anna Gatlin from Sixth Sense Paranormal. So until tomorrow, enjoy this preview. We enjoyed the show. We enjoyed having everybody on here. But until tomorrow with our season finale, hope you all have a great night. And as always, happy hunting.
As Rochelle feels threatened by the doctor's chest artifact, we head to the
Marcus said bye. He's been
like this, all the way open, and then we come out.
Here, we are the Minnesota Spirit Hunters, and we're here to just communicate. Brandon, how does it feel to be a failure right now of Veteran Square? This is Veteran Square right over here.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.